Hello, my friends, Virus here, and today is the day I finally reveal my secrets. Finally reveal my secrets on how to keep your soap, specifically your Dr. Squatch Sudsy Bear, any type of natural soap or natural deodorant, whatever it is, to make them last longer, to extend the life of your soap slash deodorant, because why not? You know, you paid good money for it. You may as well get good time out of it. Am I right? So, without further ado, let's just get right into it. The first thing I actually started doing was I started to cut my bars in half. Everyone probably knows this by now if you haven't seen any of my reviews, but this is the Coconut Castaway one, by the way. If you haven't seen any of my reviews yet, please go check out the playlist in the description below. I have a Sudsy Bear playlist, and I also have a Dr. Squatch playlist. Not all of the videos are reviews. Some of them are unboxings. I only have 2 Sudsy Bear videos up right now, and it's the blueberries and cream review, and it's the unboxing. So only one review from Sudsy Bear right now. That will change in the somewhat distant future, because I got to get through all these bars first. But what I do is, second thing technically I did was soap saver. Now, this is just a generic soap saver you can buy on Amazon for like $4, I think. And what you do is you set it next to your shower. And it has this little depression in there. And what you do is you take your wet bar, you put it in there, and the slits here will drain off the water and cause less scum. Obviously, there's going to be a little bit of scum on the bottom from where there's there's no, it's just touching it, so it won't, dry as properly. So you might have some streaks or something like that. That's completely, I think you can see that right there. You can't see that on camera, never mind. But I have a streak there and a streak there from where it sat like that on there. So, yeah, that's another way you can preserve it. You could go the extra mile, though, and start putting your soaps in plastic bags. So, I started doing this a month or 2 ago because I wanted to make sure my bars lasted. I do this for Squatch, and I do this for Sudsy Bear. The way I do it for Sudsy Bear is I don't know why, I like keeping them in the packaging for some reason, but I would put Sudsy Bear in just like that and make sure there isn't too much air, and then you would close it up, and there you go. Now you have locked in freshness. Wonderful. So yeah, that's basically how I have had my soaps last so long. It also just depends on your shower routine. If you shower 3 times a day, 5 times a week, you might actually go through 5 days a week, shower 3 times a day. Don't know who does that. There might be someone out there who does that, though. You might go through a bar a day, a bar maybe even every 3 days. You never know. But this is just what I thought. And also, I guess I'm just rambling right now. But you also do not want to lather up your soaps. You don't want to lather up under running water. If you have an adjustable shower head, tilt it to the side so it's shooting against the wall, and it's wasting water, I know, but still, thank me later. This is how this bar has lasted me so long. This is only the first half of my first Coconut Castaway bar. This is only my first half. Granted, I've reviewed the eucalyptus, the blueberries and cream, and the wood barrel bourbon. You can tell which one I think I kind of like the most. It's a tie between these 2, I think. But that's how I've had my soaps last so long, is because I cut them in half. I use a soap saver to make sure that, it doesn't get all scummy and you don't have to shave off all that. Which is weird, because I'll bring this to your attention. You can actually see the marks where this definitely is a different type of bar, kind of, but it's where it was sitting there, and then it had a little, bit of a hole. But It's supposed to drain off all of it, and you can see it on the coconut castaway bar and on this bar. It worked just fine. But for some reason, the blueberries and cream, it just like, I think it kind of retained a little bit of water, and then like as it was drying, it like came back up to the surface. I think. Don't quote me on that. Still a great smelling bar though. But yeah, that's how I save my soaps. I'm gonna just recap real quick. I put my soap on a soap saver. I cut them in half. You want to try to do one clean cut with like a chef's knife or like anything. You don't want to cut them with scissors, obviously, or like anything serrated, because that's gonna, if you cut it with a serrated knife with like the little teeth on it, that's gonna shave away more of the bar, and that's just, you're throwing away money at that point, and you're throwing away soap as well. But yeah, I cut it in half. I use a soap saver, and I put them in plastic bags. That's basically how I save my soaps. And I guess I just mismatch them. If you have multiple soaps, like sometimes it's nice to switch out. Like, I liked coconut. I really do. But I wanted to also try the blueberries and cream. So I tried blueberries and cream. Very blue lather, by the way. If you haven't seen my reviews, please go check them out. Playlists will be in the description below. But that's how I save my soaps. Now, onto the deodorant. So, how I save my deodorants, I actually just filmed this review. But you see how, like, this was after, like, 2 showers, right? And sometimes they can get it so it's, like, I don't know if you can tell the difference in them. Well, I've used this one longer, so this might be an unfair, comparison. But, like, you might be able to tell that this one is a little bit more, like, raggedy, and you can see, like, the texture on it from where it's been rubbing. You don't want to do it with, like, fully wet pits. Let's say that. You don't want to, like, apply this to, like, a fully wet armpit, because that's going to, like, make the deodorant wet, and it's going to be, like, gross and pasty, and it's just not fun. It just destroys the deodorant, and it's really bad. So I like to, like, either dry up really good before I use it, or I like to wait like 10-ish minutes. I guess there isn't like an or. I also like to wait like 10-ish minutes to like fully let them air out, so then there's no moisture at all. So then when you go to apply this, it actually, it doesn't, get ruined. Like, I know the purpose of the deodorant is to, protect against moisture, but if there's already moisture there, that's bad. But yeah, that's how I save all my natural soap products, whether it be Sudsy Bear or Dr. Squatch. Recap, again, I use a soap saver. I cut my bars in half with a clean blade as well. I also put them in plastic bags. And I also don't run this under direct water. I don't lather up under direct water. For the deodorant, sweet and simple. You just let your pits air out and make sure they're fully dry, and then put the deodorant, and then apply the deodorant. That's just from my personal experience. Everyone's different. This tutorial video might not even help you as much, but from my personal experience, this is how I've been able to make my soaps last so long. That's how I made this pine tar bar last, like, this is my second half of my other pine tar bar. This isn't my new bar. I have a review of the pine tar coming up, though, next week. But this is the second half of my original pine tar bar, and it's still standing. Why is it still standing? Because I followed these steps. So it really depends on how much you shower, how often you it just depends just like what your shower is like. Like, if you shower every day or every other day, whatever it is, that's a determining factor. It depends on how many times a day you shower, because I know there are those clean freaks that, I'm not discrediting anyone who does do this, but showering twice a day you might lose some life off this bar if you shower more than once a day. Or if you double lathering, triple lathering even, might make the bars last like half as long, maybe, depending on your schedule. But yeah, those are my tips for keeping your bars as long as possible. At least for me. These are how I preserve my bars, and I try to make them last. Because this bar I've already almost had for like a month, and it's still sticking around. Like, it's nice to switch around sometimes, because then you are just shifting, and that in like organically makes, or like, what's it called, artificially extends the life of your bar by switching them out sometimes. Like, I went from this to Sudsy Bear to Wood Barrel Bourbon to Eucalyptus. And I've been using, I rotate these bars out occasionally. I'm probably going to use the coconut one next. I hope you guys can hear me like fine as well. Like, let me get close to the mic. There we go. But yeah, those are my tips for preserving your natural soap. This will work with probably all the other natural soaps. I've heard Bearsville is okay. I've heard some okay things about it. Jay's Handcrafted apparently is really good. It's run by one guy. I'm also curious about, what is it? You know what? I'm not even going to try to look it up. I think it's Oh So Dapper Soap. That's another company. They have 4-ounce bars, so that might just mean they last not as long anyway. But there's also Artist Soap. That's another one. Artist Soap bars are like $10, but you get like bars that are bigger than Sudsy Bear and Dr. Squatch, and the bars are like that shape. So if they look nice, I might pick one up eventually, or I might win one in a giveaway. You never know. I am aware that Dr. Squatch made their Black Hole Soap recently. They released that, and I've heard mixed opinions on it. From what I've heard it described as, it sounds like it's right up my alley. So when I get my hands on some, however I get my hands on some, I will review it for the channel. But until then, please leave a like on this video and comment down below soap tutorial if you made it this far in the video. It really tells me who watches my videos all the way through, and it makes my day to know that somebody took time out of their day to watch my video. It really means the world to me that somebody clicks on my video and watches it. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing. We have a lot of fun over here. I'm thinking of bringing gaming back, possibly. I haven't seen the comments on the other video yet because I'm recording this right after the Cedar Citrus review. So the comments that I get on that video will determine next week's outcome. So there might be a gaming video next week. There might not. It just depends on the comments. If you want to see my gaming videos make a return, comment down below gaming as well as soap tutorial in 2 separate comments. So one soap tutorial comment and another comment that says gaming, just so I know that you guys want more gaming videos. I'll have to find games that don't require cuts. It'll be a challenge, but I'll make it work. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Virus out.